Hey, good morning guys. I am heading to York, Pennsylvania. This is called Serpentine Trail. Welcome to Soldier's Delight Natural Environmental Area. Chrome was first discovered in the United States in Baltimore County, 1808. Isaac Tyson Jr. operated chromite mines at Soldier's Delight. We're still in Maryland, but making our way. Oh, look at this deer carcass, I think, in the middle. Look at this guy, Sonny himself. There's even a motorcycle. Look at this, that's awesome. Yeah, there's a motorcycle sign for motorcycles to be cautious on that bridge because it's got the planks. I've never seen that. That was a neat bridge. I should mark it down. We're almost near the Pennsylvania border. I've come here before, but I can never remember it. This is like a paintball area, which is cool. Yesterday I uploaded a video of me riding through the ghettos of DC, people throwing trash. And there was a guy that he rode past me, and at the time I didn't notice that he didn't have a license plate. I mean, the guy was very unfriendly, and he was doing something that I find the biker life guys doing. He always has like his hands like over here, like one hand on his hips. And it seems like that's a thing. It's more of an attitude thing. People tell me that his hands are tired, but I mean, if you're really that tired, why are you even riding a motorcycle? I've never gotten to that point where I'm like putting my hand like this. And the guy is riding in between cars, right? Kind of lane splitting. And he cut off a car right before an exit. And I was like looking at him because he apparently couldn't really lean the bike. He was kind of like leaning off the bike, but he was hardly moving. And I think that's the clue. It's like this whole bike life just seems like such a show thing. I'd have a date next week with this farmer girl. I've never had a date with a farmer girl. So we'll see what that happens. She seems attractive. People go like, yeah, but you should be attracted to her personality. Not really. Women want men to be attracted to women's personalities, but I'm more attracted to their bodies. I'm not trying to be an angel. I want her to be slim. I want her to be fit. And you know, I'm pretty fit, so why shouldn't I have like a... I don't want a woman that's constantly eating, but I like the idea that this girl that I might be going out on a date is pretty fit. She's working out, a farm. Shoot, I got a plow that she can use. I mean, that's not sexual. I really have a plow that I'll make her use. You might not know this, but I consider myself an artist. And, you know, that's what I do. Graphic design, web design, art. I do sculpture of, like, women in compromising situations. You know, torture porn, that whole sort of thing. So when I look at Hunter Biden, I kind of go like, yeah, he's taking advantage of his father's name. And he's a terrible artist. I mean, have you seen that garbage? But in a way, it's so ballsy that he managed to find some parasite gallery dealer to support his work and like take it to like people. You know, like having the client base hidden is diabolical because you know very well it's favors, it's influence peddling. But it's like, who cares? You know how many people are going to be buying that garbage and going like, you know, that's a Hunter Biden. And then you do the math. Oh, I love it. You know, at least with Hunter Biden, you see the corruption straight up front. But that's all DC is. You know, networking is everything. I've never been good at networking because I have a personality that's never very good. You know, like the one thing that's interesting is that people always saying that just be yourself. just be yourself. And when I'm myself, people go like, hey, you know, you should be somebody else. Look how beautiful this area is. This is Codorus Turnpike area. See that? 339. Jesus Christ, that is so expensive. Almost $15 to fill this thing up. All right, let's explore York. So it looks very depressed, I'm not gonna lie. We're in West York. I'm not really sure. Whoa, look at that thing. All right, I'm gonna make a right over here. Oh, that's a nice lion in front of that building. Oh, I should have made a right over there. Looks extremely cool. I don't know, it's got like an interesting interesting look, like it's Baltimore. Yeah, a lot of abandoned houses here. Lots of abandoned, boarded up houses. Let's make a left here. Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems poor, but it seems like it's got plenty of population to rent to. But there's a nice alley. I like these alleys. No shady things ever happen in alleys. This looks like Baltimore. Look at this, a little creek over here with a bike path. Oh. Is this the hoity-toity part of York? The bike path? See, that's why coming here and exploring on a bicycle is kind of cool. I think I've just come here in passing. But they have a little coffee shop over there, always a good sign. If I were to see a lot of liquor stores, then I'd be a little bit more upset. So West York seems to be where the Poe people live. York City Hall to the right. Look, salmon. Salmon is a word for a bicyclist that rides upstream on the wrong side of the road. Market Street. Vape shops. What is this building? It doesn't seem like a bad place. I know that's probably got high crime, but the houses look relatively clean for what they are. So it looks like there's a railroad track up ahead. Usually railroad tracks represent the has and the have-nots. This is North York. I guess they structure it very well. North York. They don't call it something else like, you know, Fort Totten or whatever. It's like north, south, west, east York. I like that idea. You know, you shouldn't let your guard down. Ooh, look at the Civic. That is minty. Beauty of a DAPV. Laurel Street in the house. You know, I do find this interesting because there's no gentrification, it seems like, in this area. And you do want to find places that you can gentrify. Look at this. This is boarded up. Another thing to look for, look at this, brand new. That's something you need to look for. When they start having the development here, that means that the surrounding is going to be nice as well, or starting to get developed. Here's another car you need to look for to make sure that it's being gentrified. It's the Element and the Prius. And those cars, that means that they are bringing in the hippies. What is this? What's this thing? I'm gonna go over here. I want to see what this is. What is this? Prospect Hill Cemetery. Prospect Hill. This is kind of fascinating. Prospect Hill Cemetery. And these are like old graves. Ricker, Hogan. Netihapas. They have some really good statues in this museum. Man, this is a big cemetery overlooking the city of York. Prime real estate for condos. I don't even know if I should be here. But look at that, that's a great statue. Oh, there's these things I can read here. What is that? Caldwell Fisher. Mary Sophia Caldwell was a teacher in the female division of the York County Academy. These houses are a little bit better because they have brick. Yeah, that's a big deal. If you see houses and they're all vinyl siding, usually, you know, it's like a lower build. And I haven't been wrong yet, but usually the ones with the plastic siding are poorer areas. So this feels a little bit more city-like. You know, having trees makes a big difference in quality. So the areas where it just doesn't have any trees, it's almost depressing. Interesting things. Look at this guy on the motorcycle. No helmet. No helmet. Hey. Oh, look at this. You have a great view of that mountain from here. And an industrial park. No, it's west. It's a nice little river here. Look at this. They have a Lidl here. That is a good quality. Everybody loves Lidl and Aldi and Trader Joe's. I was right. The hill, that's where the rich people in York live. So the rich people, like much of a lot of cities, they don't live where all the peons live, the nosebleeds. They live up in the hills, away from the city, but yet very easy to get to the city because they might have their own business. So they all live up here. Do you see this? I haven't really checked the real estate, but look at this freaking house, all stone. I told you, people, rich people, don't like plastic siding in their houses. Stone is for the really wealthy. They like permanence. Look at this. They have their own soccer field. These people here. Man, these houses are cool looking. Yeah. I like the one floor sort of houses too. Yeah, these are very interesting houses. Not these so much. These are just kind of like typical. But there's some houses like this that are very fascinating looking. And I bet they have... Look at this thing. Whoa. That's a great looking house. And they have a great view of York. And farms, you know. So not only you get a good view of York, but you get to see farmland. Where am I going? You know what? I'm going to keep going straight up. This has got no outlet. But look at the view. So this is the highest point. It's a circle. So you can bet the rich people live here. Look at this view. Holy cow. These must be the real big wigs. Look, I can see Harrisonburg. And there's like this thing up here, I don't know, maybe for water treatment. But look at this, it says private property. That is a great view. And you know, in a way it reminds me of Portland. This reminds me of Portland. Made it so unwelcoming here by putting this grate up. So yeah, you can see York from here. You get to see a different mountain system up there, and then some industrial areas. But this is, I think, the highest point in this area. And look at that freaking mansion. You can bet there's like security cameras everywhere here, but they definitely make this very unwelcoming, because it would be nice to have some sort of vista here to look at stuff. And look at this, 24-hour a day video surveillance, no trespassing. I'm not sure how many millions these houses cost, but I'm gonna put a waypoint down. Yeah, beautiful. They have like great views over here. People probably are paying security to come. Look at that, Spanish style houses with garden on the roof. That is crazy looking. I love it. Look at that view of York. That's a beautiful large house. Look at that modern house. That looks great. Another great view that way. So as you get towards the bottom, you don't have these beautiful views. So if I wanted to move really into this permanent home, I would pick out here because you get the benefit of living in York. See, Tesla, that's the quality of wealth these days. Yeah, I would live up here. I found the rich people of York. I know where they live now. This is another great little area. And this is a little bit different because this is where Penn State University is. So it feels like a lot of the people that live here might be the teachers. You see, that's my first Tesla in this area, and it's a Model X or a Y. And that's always good news bears. When you see electric vehicles, you better start investing. So from here, you get a view of the city as well. So it seems the place to be is not in the city in York, it is outside. And this almost feels like Portland, Oregon. The rich people live on a really nice cliffside. But look at these houses. I mean, to the left, they're beautiful. So we have come down from the heavens, and now we're in the city. Look at this. There's like these round house circle things. That's cool. This is another very good area. Wow, these houses are humongous. Look at this. They have a stop sign and a circle. I mean, that's a little bit too much. That's a beautiful house. Green spaces with community gardens. I think it only is a certain part of this area that looks horrendous. I think it's what, the north part? Historic York. So historic York is up ahead. This is the downtown of York. And I think it's got a little bit of a combination of DC and Baltimore mixed in together, but the mountainous area outside of it makes me think of Portland. Alright, this is the historic York. Yeah, they got a lot of interesting sculptures here. Look, there's another one over there, another one over here. Very cute. The downtown is very cute of York. I'm glad I spent a bunch of time riding around York. To the north of York, it becomes extremely decrepit. Not as good looking as before. You're starting to see a little bit more dirt, but this is where people would want to buy and invest, kind of like the outskirts. I don't know, this looks kind of neat because it's got like this dam or something. These freaking mansions. I think this is why this might be a good investment. Well, that is York in a nutshell. I liked it quite a bit. I was not really... I thought like I would see a lot more ghetto, and I think initially I thought it was going to be more like Baltimore, but it ended up being very, very pretty. And of course we're leaving York right now. There's still a lot to see, which is the outer suburbs where I imagine most people would live. But I do like it. It is pretty here. Well guys, I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
We gotta do is show a little class, a little sophistication, and we're in like a dirty shirt.
And that's no problem, Lloyd. We can be classy and sophisticated. Look at the fun bags on that hose hound.
Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.